is up, everyone? My name is Brianna. I'm a proud introvert. Welcome back to IntrovertTV. If you are new here, don't forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to go ahead and check out my Instagram and Depop, link down below. In today's video, I'm super excited because we are going to be doing a book haul video, and this is going to be my first bookish video here on my channel, and I'm super excited for it. I've been really getting back into reading recently. In the beginning, before COVID, I was really into reading, and then when COVID struck, you would think that I would be more into reading than ever because I had a lot of extra time, but I actually stopped reading altogether. And recently I was just itching, scratching to start reading. So I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna start reading. And I thought it would be perfect to show you guys all the books that I picked up for the month of January and the books that I've been reading. So if you'd like to see all the books that I picked up for this month, that I've been enjoying for this month, then just keep on watching. And let me know if you guys like this video, because then I can do them monthly, because I want to get a bulk of books each month and just stick to those books for that month. So that way I'm making sure to read all the books that I purchase, because books are expensive. They really are. So yeah, anyway, let's just get into this video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the one book that I got from Amazon, and then all the other books I got were from Barnes & Noble. So the first book that I picked up is this one, is Winterborn by Tracy Dion. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this book, I'm loving this book. This is the book that I've currently been reading. I actually started this yesterday, and this book is so good. So I came across this on Amazon, and I read the synopsis, and I was like, okay, there's a few things why I put this in my cart. The first thing is the cover, absolutely amazing. I'm in love with this cover. The second thing is the author is actually a woman of color, and I was like, okay, bet, definitely supporting. Third thing is the main character, her name is Brianna, and they call her Bree, and my name's Brianna, and they call me Bree, so I had to get this. And then I seen it took place at UNC Chapel Hill, and then the first thing that I thought of was Michael Jordan. So that's kind of how I think, and I put it in the cart. So let me read you a little bit of the synopsis for this book. So after her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old girl Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at the UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. And that's all I'm going to read the synopsis, but this book is pretty good. I'm kind of I don't know really how to feel right now, because it started off slow and then it started picking up. I was like, okay, here we go, let's go. And now it's starting to die back down. It's kind of messing with me a little bit, like a roller coaster. So I'm only on chapter 15, page 135. And I still have a long way to go. I think there's 500 pages. So I still have a long way to go, but so I'm still gonna just keep pushing through, even though it's it's going a little bit slower than my liking, but it's pretty good so far. I really am liking it so far. Okay, so the next book is this one. I did read this. I freaking loved this book. This book was so good. This was Cinderellas Dead by Kaylin Bayron. And this book, anything that you ever thought about the Cinderella story, all the stories and movies that we heard and watched and loved growing up, this book is pretty much saying it's all a lie. It's it kind of messes with you a little bit. What? So I'll read you the little synopsis of this book, just because I don't want to give away certain things. I don't want any spoilers, so I'm just gonna stick to reading this. Now teen girls are required to appear at the annual ball, where the men of the kingdom select wives based on the girls' display of finery. If a suitable match is not found, the girls not chosen are never heard from again. 16-year-old Sophia would much rather marry Aaron, her childhood best friend, than parade in front of suitors. At the ball, Sophia makes a desperate decision to flee and finds herself hiding in Cinderella's Mausoleum. There she meets Constance, the last known descendant of Cinderella, and her stepsisters. Together they vow to bring down the king once and for all, and in the process they learn that there's more to Cinderella's story than they ever knew. And this was so good. I highly recommend this book. 5 out of 5 for me. So the next book that I've really been enjoying is this one, and this is Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Hing Wen. And this book is so good. I really liked this book. At first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, because like I started reading it, I was like, okay, this is a very young book, but like it's okay because the story and the way it's written is so well done that I really enjoyed this. It's more of like a coming of age type of book. We follow Ever Wong, and she's pretty much grew up in a like household where her parents were very strict, like very strict. They pretty much from day one told her she was going to be a doctor, and she pretty much had no choice, and they pretty much controlled everything that she did. No boys allowed, no nothing. Like she couldn't have boyfriends, or I think her like curfew was 10 p.m. so she was in a very strict environment. All the girl wanted to do was dance. Her parents did not want her to dance at all. They said that dancing will not put food on the table, dancing isn't a reliable career, and that she was going to be a doctor. But the thing is Ever hates blood. She gets dizzy and vertigo of the sight of blood, so she's not feeling being a doctor. One day her parents applied for her to go to a summer program, and it was, I'm pretty sure it's in Taiwan. I'm not sure. And yeah, it's in Taiwan, and the program is Chen Tan or something. That's like the school. So pretty much she goes there, she goes on her own, and it's pretty much her time to like grow up, to really experiment and just kind of break the Wong rules and just find herself. And she is like messing with boys, and she's breaking rules, and she's just really just figuring out who she is. And it's such a good story, and I really recommend this book. The next book is, I did read this one already as well, and this one is The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. And I really love this book. This was actually the first book that I read of 2021, and I was like craving to read, like I said before, and I went and got this book. It was actually 50% off. This one and this one, they were 50% off at Barnes & Noble, so I picked them up. And anyway, I'm very happy that I did. So this pretty much jumps like every other chapter, it jumps back and forth from the perspective of what's her name, oh my god, Scarlett and Vivi. And pretty much Scarlett is a junior, and she is part of a sorority called the Ravens, which is a all-witch sorority, and they're the biggest and strongest, like powerful witch cult in the world. But it's a secret society, and nobody at the school knows that the Ravens are witches. And pretty much Scarlett is going through the pressure of like her boyfriend, like they're kind of becoming distant, and the pressure of her mom is putting pressure on her to be as good as her sister, and that they want her to become like the president, like the head of the sorority, and she has a lot of pressure on her. And then Vivi comes along, and Vivi, she grew up in a type of environment where it wasn't stable. It was just her and her mom. They would move around a bunch. As soon as she made friends, she would come home. Her mom would have the car packed up and say that they were moving. So Vivi decided Vivi got pretty much like a full ride to the school, and decided that she was going to go. And she looked at it as an opportunity to have 4 years of stability and actually make connections with people and have friendships. And what she didn't know was that she was a witch. That's all I'm going to say, but it's a very good book, and I highly recommend this book. All right, so the next 3 books and the last 3 books I actually have not read yet. So I'm super excited to get to these books. The first one is Harper Lee, Go Set a Watchman. And this is pretty much the second book to the classic To Kill a Mockingbird. And I read To Kill a I read To Kill a Mockingbird in 9th grade, and then I read it again in the spring of 2020. I was like, I kind of want to reread it, and I definitely enjoyed it. Because, you know, when I read it the first time, you know, I was young, and now that I'm like a lot older, wiser, you know, I enjoyed it. And then I found out that that Harper Lee came out with pretty much the second book to that, and I was like, okay, I have to read this. So this is pretty much 26-year-old Jean Louise Finch, Scout. She's now an adult, and she returns home from New York City to visit her aging father, Atticus, set against the backdrop of civil rights tension and political turmoil that are transforming the South. Jean Louise's homecoming turns bittersweet when she learns disturbing truths about her close-knit family, the town, the people dearest to her. Memories of her childhood flood back to her. Her values, assumptions are thrown in doubt. Featuring many of the iconic characters from To Kill a Mockingbird, Go Set a Watchman perfectly captures young woman and a world and painful yet necessary transitions out of the illusions of the past, a journey that can only be guided by one's own conscience. So I'm super excited to read this book. I really did enjoy To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm excited to see how Jean Louise grew up and all the dirt and things that she remembers when she was a kid. So yes, and it was only $7, so I was like, okay, bet. The next one is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, and I am so excited for this book. Like, can we take a moment to look at this cover? Like, this is beautiful. I love this so much. So this is by Tiffany D. Jackson. I don't know if I already said that, and I'll kind of read a little bit of the synopsis for you because I haven't read this yet. So let's see. When Enchanted Jones wakes with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night, no one, the police and Corey's fans included, has more questions than she does. All she really knows is that this isn't how things are supposed to be. Corey was Enchanted's ticket to stardom. And then that's all I'm going to read because the synopsis is super long. But yeah, so this sounds really, really good, and I'm very excited to read this. I want to see. Okay, it's just plain white. I thought there was art on there, but okay. Yeah, so I'm excited to read that. And then lastly, we have a middle grade book, and I'm very excited for this one. This one is Winterborn, Home for Vengeance and Valor. Oh my god, you guys are gonna roast me because I am so bad at pronouncing certain things. And when there's books where like I don't know how to pronounce character's name, like I'll just pronounce it like my own way. This is by Allie Carter, and I haven't read any of her books before, and I just came across this. I was like on the Barnes & Noble website, and I just came across this. I think it was like new releases or like something, and on the front page, and I read it, the synopsis, and thought that I would want to give it a try. I don't know. It says, April didn't mean to start the fire. She wasn't the one who broke the vase. April didn't ask to live in a big creepy mansion with a bunch of orphans who just don't understand that April isn't like them. After all, April's mother is coming back for her someday very soon. All April has to do is find the clues her mother left inside the massive mansion. But the Winterborn house is hiding more than one secret, so April and her friends are going to have to work together to unravel the riddle of the missing hair, a creepy legend and mysterious key before the only home they ever known is lost to them forever. And I think that this is a series because it looks like the next book, this is going to be the next book. So I'm excited to read this, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. So yeah, so that is all the books that I purchased for January 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!